All right, happy Monday, everybody. Thought I would hop on here for a little bit and talk to you. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and good to have you all here. And make sure to send a comment in the chat.
Monday, everybody.
Just there, double sound, making sure it works. But let's hit the chat. Let's talk about contest selection today. I want to go over how yesterday went. And, I feel like the one thing that we keep doing in DFS is learn. And I played on 4 sites yesterday. And one thing that I'm getting better at, and I think I am going to start doing, and I think you learn, you get tips. I've had success in these playoff slates last few years. And, I think it's probably an obvious reason why. It's 2 games. It's 4 teams. And I don't, so you don't have to be super over the top. Now, you have to have certain guys. Now, yesterday I was all in on MVS. That's why I have him as the title. All in. Because I factored in, and I did good in this Yahoo. I was 10th out of 228. Yeah. I was all in MVS because I looked at what Traquan Smith did to the Bucks, and those deep guys can leak and get behind. But I knew that Lazard would be higher owned. And in these short slates, and really all of DFS I'm learning is that receiver position is so volatile. And you can win tournaments with really cheap receivers. Yesterday was a little bit weird with the running back spot. But I just, I loved Aaron Rodgers. I played Aaron Rodgers in every lineup that I did. And I did, look at this. I mean, I'm DraftKings, FanDuel, SuperDraft, and Yahoo. But what I feel like I might do for next year, you can play 2-game slates on all of these, on FanDuel, on DraftKings. You can do that. They have, I think it's called Turbo. And why not sift through 4 teams and try to get 2 games right than to try to get 14 or 15 for your cash games? And what works for me might not work for you. You might be a better GPP player than I am. You might be a better cash player than I am. But what I think you have to learn in DFS is, I agree with contest selection, and I know that a lot of the experts will say, you should do this, you should do that. I think you really need to find what works for you. And I'm starting to do that. And I'm having success at certain contests. I'm having success at playing the smaller slates. And here's something that I've been doing. I learn from things that haven't been working. All right, look at this. This is a big gripe of mine. These 50-50s on FanDuel and even on DraftKings. For DraftKings a while, this is NBA. I was finding on DraftKings that there was some spots where I didn't see as many duplicate lineups. But look at this. This is $1 buy-in for 50-50. I finished 80th with a score of 307.5, which is good for a cash game. That would have cashed in a GPP. So you cash in GPPs, small GPP, but not in cash games. So what I've been doing, I've been bitching about this. So stop playing it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I've been telling myself. Stop complaining if it's not working, and this is how it's been for a while, then you can't do it. And this is why it's tough to win. Look at this right here. 5 duplicate lineups. But wait till you see how many. Yeah, the 328-20. Look how many. That's about 9 duplicate lineups. The 325-70. Look at that. So you have over 20-something duplicate lineups. These are a lot of optimized lineups, which is fine. But if you have 25 duplicate lineups in, it's going to make it tough to win these. So I'm not playing them anymore. Okay? I'm finding contests that I'm successful in. And this is what I find that works. Yesterday, I threw my lineup that I made into a GPP and it cashed. In smaller slates, I don't do cash lineups. So, I think for 2-game slates in football, I just don't play cash lineups. But I think you can throw. These are kind of cash games. They really are, the 3-man and the 10-man, the head-to-head. But I think in 2 games, you got to put your best lineup, and that's what I did. And I wanted to get Hill in here, and I didn't. On FanDuel, it was tough to do, but this was my thought process yesterday, and I think this is more of a cash lineup. You can see he's got, I think Hill and Adams makes it more cashy because you expect that, but when you put Hill, Adams, and Kelsey and Josh Allen, it does this here. These 2 guys, and Darrell Williams was good, but I would never play Buffalo against. I don't care paying down. I'm not playing Buffalo on the road against Kansas City. That's why I took Kansas City. I knew that game. And what I like about doing this with the 2 games, I had a lot more conviction. I thought this would be a close game, and regardless who won, Rodgers is probably going to bring me 3 touchdowns and 400 yards. That's what my thinking was, or even 4 touchdowns. Regardless of how that game was going to go, I knew there'd be a lot of points, and I just felt that Buffalo was going to get smoked. So I figured these 3 guys were locks to me. Kelsey is a lock, and he was 56% owned in some cash games. He should have been 100%. This was as easy a play as any play on the slate. I get the price. Who cares? He is the easiest play on that slate to me. So I wanted, a lot of this game. I thought I would get a touchdown return, and, I almost did in this. They almost had one. I figured the only Buffalo guy I was going to play was Singletary because he played every snap, and I thought he'd get more checkdowns. But I noticed that game, Josh Allen does not check down. That's something he's going to have to, in my amateur opinion, he tries to make too many plays on his own. He's going to need to check down. That's what this guy does. 5 receptions. I loved this play, Fournette. But these were my locks yesterday. Rodgers, Fournette, Valdez-Scantling, Adams, and Kelsey. I started my lineup with these guys. Stacking 2. You can stack 3 in the short. But I just absolutely I just knew that these 3 were my locks, as was Kelsey. So when I found out that Brown was out and this Scotty Miller, I thought was an easy play, and I just kind of worked from there, and I kind of like the lineup construction. But listen, the reason I like what I'm doing now and kind of changing what I'm doing, okay, I played a 3-man league. I have to beat 2 people. That's it. And I did. And I beat this person on that sack at the end of the game with all those penalties. Remember that? That's how I won. By, less than a point was that sack. But first here, won the head-to-head, finished second in this. Only, missed out on $1.80 more because of Diggs' catch near the end. But again, this is, pays 3 out of 10, so your chances are 33%. But were there any duplicate lineups in here? No duplicate lineups. So I'm going legit against 9 other people where in a 50-50 where 50 cash, if you have 25 lineups that are the same, it makes that 50-50 even harder. So smaller slates. I didn't go crazy money-wise. Made $7.90 off a $5 entry. I'll take it. On DraftKings, I only played 1 lineup. I did a GPP. I did the same core. Rodgers, Adams, Valdez-Scantling, Miller, Kelsey. Those are the guys I wanted. On here, I could fit Diggs in. I probably should have went Hill. That was a mistake on my part. What was Hill? Let's see. Hill was in the winning lineup, of course. Yep, 7,200. That's crazy. That 7,200. I could have easily gone to Hill. Hill had what? 29 points. That brings me up to 173 if I switch those out. Look where I'm at. But I took stands on guys yesterday. I knew that the ownership for, even Rodgers at 29%. I thought was somewhat low. Was he in the winning lineup? Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen more. I mean, I get it, the rush, but I don't know. And I saw some of these percentages, and I'm like, wow, I'm going to get Rodgers under 30. I'm going to get Vanda Scantling. He was projected for about 14. He was even lower in this. Miller was almost even. So, this, one more touchdown here, helps. This was kind of a chalky play, as was this. I mean, you could see the chalks. But I still, that was just a dollar throw-in. And I used the core, and I liked it. I set my own core. SuperDraft, if you've not played it, I advise you to play it. I love it. I got a free $4 ticket. If you finished in the top, I believe, 5. Yep, you get a $20 ticket, which I was 5th at one point in this. I get a $4 free ticket. That's a free entry. I play the free entries. I mean, I know people who don't play free entries. I don't know why. Okay, it's 50 cents. 50 cents. 50 cents is 50 cents. This was a $5 buy-in, even though it shows 6. I had a ticket. Made $11. Made 18 between that. 19. Yeah, I made about $23, $24 yesterday. And I didn't put much in. So I played light. Yeah, you can always say, wish you played more, but I like what I'm doing, and that's what is making me happy. I like my process. I love SuperDraft, and look where I finished. Small. I finished first in all of them. Okay? SuperDraft is based on multipliers, not salary cap. So obviously the good players have a smaller multiplier. So 1.1 times, for Aaron Rodgers. Some of the guys that are longer shots. Look at this, 1.75. Valdez Scantling, And when I saw him come up at 30%, I was like, wow, I was surprised that 2 other people in this contest had it. So, and in SuperDraft, you don't want to always play the high multiplier. There is a higher reward. I mean, I did well in NBA the other night. You can see in the NBA what I'm doing. I mean, I'm crushing it over here lately, changing up my process a little bit. I just play, I go to projections. I have projections that I make, and I play the best guys. Also, in these smaller slates like this, you can go a little chalky. It didn't matter that Singletary had a bad game here because 80% of the field had him. 80% had Fournette. I was surprised. So 100% had Kelsey, which I knew. I mean, he was easily. So on this slate, I won this because, look at this. I was the only person to have Rodgers and Valdez Scantling. The only person. So I had, a huge advantage, and that's how I kind of won all these easily. But I'm telling you, sometimes you get advice and you say, yeah, I tried that style and your style didn't work. I'm telling you, I would go smaller dollars, smaller contest. I get in this that only it's 33%, and I get that. In a cash game, if you do a 50-50, it pays out 50%, but I only have to compete against 2 other people. That's what I like. And you can see who you're competing with. So if you go into the lobby here, they got the Super Bowl. Oh, pretty cool. So you can see the Super Bowl multipliers. Yeah. Wow. This will probably be my play right here in that captain spot. Yeah, so in the championship spot on SuperDraft, you notice Mahomes is 1.5 if you put him in the championship spot. In the Superflex, he's 1.1 times. So, I mean, Hill, I'm trying to think of who would be a good sleeper. I mean, look at this. If Gronk had 2 touchdowns and 80 yards, say he has 20 fantasy points times 3.45, you're like 60, 75 fantasy points. I'm probably going to go with Hill here. I just love it. I think SuperDraft's fun, but what I was going to show you is, That's okay. I don't think there's any free. Oh, yeah, there's free contests tonight. I mean, look at this. So this wasn't up earlier. I've got some entries I'm rolling. Success. I got to get my lineups. I put a dummy lineup in. And then I do that because it's easier to edit the whole thing. But play the free contest. I know they don't pay out well, but why not? Why not? And I'll throw a lineup in the nickel. Why not? Why the hell not? So, 3-man contest. 5. I wanted to show you can see people who are in. So, this has got 6 players in it. Look at the entrance. This is DFS Army. I belong to that. So, I get some projections. They're going to get some projections. We might have some of the similar lineups, but look at this. Highly experienced, more than 1,000 contests, more than 1,001. So maybe you don't want to play in this. You get some experienced guys in here. Check out this one. You know, I mean, it's you can get a gauge. This guy Papa Gates, I've played him a lot. He's probably got. Look at if you go up here to the most expensive. I bet he's playing in all these contests. I bet he's in here already. He plays every day, big money. Yep, he's 1,800 head to head. Must be nice, huh? 1,800 head to head, 900 head to head, 450 head. I mean, this guy, 360 head to head, and this is 2 entries. I mean, 5 entries. I mean, look how much money this guy's playing right here. This is just in things we can see. 5 of these. This guy's got some cash. It's $4,500. Up to about 7. He's playing like 10 grand in head-to-heads. Hey, why not? If you got the money to do that. Isn't it crazy? That kind of money? But, yeah, so Yahoo, I'm still a beginner over here, which is great. I didn't know they had post contest. All right, perfect lineup. Best submitted lineup was... Okay, so the perfect lineup was 150. I was 28 points away from the perfect lineup on Yahoo yesterday. Finished 10th. Had a chance at the end if Edwards-Helaire had scored, or if I had a touchdown from the Chiefs, it would have negated some of this. I had a chance to win this contest, so I'll take it. $1 buy-in, won $5. So $4 there, 11 there, 22, yeah, about $23. So hope this helped. Good luck. If you have any questions, seriously, anytime, leave a comment, send me a message. Peace.